Hi everyone, today we have a new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from ICM. It comes in 1/24 scale and we get here a Ford A, but this time it's so-called Gangster's car. So as you can see, it's written here, and also it's shown on the box art that we have the car together with some additions specific for this particular type. And of course what I have here on the table, that's the final shape of this release, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff if you order it from Modelimex, for example. So first of all, the kit number is written there in the corner, is 24052, and the box size is rather typical for a car kit from ICM, so here is comparison with my hand. Then on the side here you'll find some information about the kit. So it's written that we have 203 plus 16 parts, and assembled car will be 16 centimeters long and 7.5 centimeters wide, or its height then 7.5 centimeters tall. There is no history note, by the way, so if you would like to learn more about the Ford Model A, you can Google it, of course. And here on the side you can see also the side profile for the items which are included. So we have 2 Tommy guns, 1 pistol, 1 bag, and the car itself, of course. So everything is sealed with the tape. I just need to cut through it, and then we will check everything together. In the meantime, I can remind you that I reviewed the previous Ford A versions as well, so in case you are interested, you can find them on the same YouTube channel which you are watching right now. And in my opinion, this was quite a decent kit, especially considering that it's molded in 1/24 scale. I think it can be a good break from all of these typical subjects which we are used to see in 1/24 scale. So the box cover is standard for the ICM. I just shown that it's quite flexible, and inside you have the sturdy white cardboard box which actually protects everything inside. And now I'm just opening the resealable plastic bag in order to show you what is actually supplied here. And I can see that the new items are actually given on the separate frames. So first of all, we have the clear frame which is packed into the separate plastic bag. So just give me a second to open it, and we will take a closer look together. Okay, so here it is. And as you can see, the molding quality looks rather nice. I don't see any possible molding damage or any other issue which you can encounter on such type of parts. The only thing which I'm not sure if we get the masking templates here, because without them it might be a bit tricky. In some kits, ICM actually includes this item in the assembly manual. It's more of the guidance for you to cut your own masks. But here we will see when we will be checking the assembly manual in order to see whether the clear parts are actually covered. Next we continue with the vinyl tires. So yes, this kit actually features the vinyl tires. This is something what you will not be able to avoid. And just give me a second to open it. Overall, I can see that these are rather okay parts for a standard build, so in case you are not searching for something too sophisticated and you would like just to build the model out of the box, as you can see, these are quite okay parts, decent looking, and I think it should be easy to install them, and you can also dust them a bit in order to get a bit more convincing appearance, and then it will be quite a nice result. But for modelers who would like to get more, then definitely go for some resin options. I think there are available on the market, so you will definitely find some. So here we can see the first gray plastic sprue, and you can notice that we have the side fenders molded together with the steps. So this is something what might simplify the assembly, because it will give you the right alignment. Here we also have the chassis bars, we have the engine parts here, and the gearbox as well. And if I flip over this plastic sprue here from the opposite side, you can see that there are guiding elements which should help you with alignment. This is very useful thing, because some brands somehow omit this design cue, and I think it's quite important in such elements. Next we continue with the parts for the bonnet. Here you can see the separate bonnet panels. That's the radiator grille, this is the firewall, and also here we have some parts for the brakes. This is the front lamp or headlights, and here we have also the suspension arms. and also some parts for the drivetrain. So everything looks rather nice, and it's good to see such a careful attention to the drivetrain, because even though it will be barely visible, it's still a good thing to play with weathering and maybe with the paint work. Of course, it's also a nice idea to find some reference material, because without it, it will be a bit difficult to understand how to paint this or that part. And, well, photos of the real object are usually handy in order to get a bit more convincing result and to understand what you are doing. So next we continue with the wheel rims. So as you remember, we have here the spoked wheels, so that's why we have such a parts design. And these spokes are rather on the thick side, so I know that some modders would be happy to replace it with a metal wire, but this is already additional work, and this is already your decision whether you would like to go that far. For some modders it will be enough, and they will just use these parts, install them into the vinyl tires, and call the day done. But again, I saw that some modders are quite successful and actually quick with replacing these plastic parts with the metal wire, so that's why I'm mentioning it. Here we continue with the soft top. It's assembled out of 2 sections. Also here we have the supports. And as you remember, the box art suggested that the soft top should be closed, extended, and that's why it is supplied here. But I guess nobody stops you from assembling the vehicle with open roof. It's just the question whether such assembly option is mentioned in the manual. Next we continue here with more parts for the suspension and for the interior. So a lot of small parts, you can see it in comparison with my fingertips. So be careful and be sure to have the right tools, because in some cases it will be really difficult to place them into the right spot, and it's better to have the tweezers. The pointed tweezers are always saving in such situations. Next we continue with the car body parts. So as you can see, these are panels. Here we have the side panels, floor panel, also the rear, some parts for the seats, and doors are pre-molded unfortunately, so you won't be able to open them. But I guess with this type of the vehicle, it's not such an important feature. And here from the opposite side you can see also some guiding elements. So some of the interior parts will be actually positioned with help of those pins, and this is very useful thing. Next we continue with the parts. I guess these ones are the new for today's version. So here is the one plastic sprue, and here is the second one. So as you can see, the Tommy gun, the bag, and also the pistol. So basically we get 2 pistols, because this sprue is coming in 2 pieces. So that's why you get twice Tommy guns, twice bags, and twice pistols in the kit. But that's not all. We have also, or we should have, the decals. And yes, we do. So they were hidden in the assembly manual, and here you can see them. Maybe I will just close the lenses a bit more so that you can see what I'm talking about here. And overall printing quality looks good. We get some interior decals, so definitely a handy addition. And assembly manual is printed as the large color printed brochure. So here I'm zooming out and closing lenses a bit more so that you can see that here we have short history note, some technical specifications. Next we have the parts map. And well, red color obviously means that these parts will not be used, but as you can see there are quite few. And next we continue with assembly, so you have to start with the main chassis. This is a matter of combining several bars together, and alignment should be quite easy to maintain because there are some smart guiding pins and tabs. Here we continue with engine and gearbox, and also the drivetrain, suspension, and here we install also more parts for the drivetrain. Next we continue with the road wheels, and here you can see how the floor will be assembled. You also have to pre-paint some areas because later it will be difficult to reach them. Here we have also the dashboard assembly, and next we continue with the side panels. As you can see, you can also choose between the door panels options, and then this is a whole sub-assembly which is installed onto the floor panel. And if I zoom out a bit so that you can see the other pages, here you can see the bonnet assembly. And I'm just checking why it is shown like this, because it looks like manufacturer suggests to have a closed bonnet. Here we continue also with the headlamps and the windscreen. The roof is getting assembled here. So you will not be able to assemble the open version, it's only the closed one. But here you have also the machine guns. We have the masking template for the clear parts, so that's really cool. And here you can see the marking option for this vehicle. We even have the newspaper to place inside, which is also a nice touch, and I think it will play a quite noticeable role in 124 scale build. And as for the whole kit, it should be already available, so you can get it in Dynamics, as I said already, and I will be happy to hear your opinion. So do not forget to write it here in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next video review. As usual, thank you for joining me today, and bye.